Yeah, Todd, Whitting, about 5'9". Right now, I think 229 at night, 225, 226 in the morning. Last show I did was 2015 North Americans, third place in the heavyweights. Yeah, so I've taken 5 years off. Stayed pretty consistent with everything.
What was your why did you take such a break?
A lot happened in the last 5 years. But most importantly, I had a child. So I've got a 3-year-old little girl. She'll be 4 in December. So pretty much that put a large hiatus on things. And really just been focusing on her more than anything, and it's been the greatest thing in my life, really. Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us what you did and go through your workout on what you like about each motion.
We did chest today. Kind of had to go through the routine in a little bit different order than I would have liked to do, just because of the equipment being used by other people at the gym today. I typically like to start out with a dumbbell movement for chest, just to warm up my shoulders. I've kind of had a nagging shoulder injury for a few years, and I found that probably starting on flat bench is the worst thing I can do. But unfortunately, that was the only equipment open for chest today, and I didn't want to sit around and wait. So I started out with some Smith machine flat bench. And I just made sure to do plenty of warm-up sets and not push it too hard too soon. Felt pretty good, actually. It didn't feel too bad. So we did, I don't know, I think we did a few warm-up sets, a few working sets. Felt pretty good about that. Then went into some dumbbells. The dumbbell area opened up. Did some incline dumbbells, which I like to start out with traditionally to really focus more on my upper chest a little bit more to start out. But had to do a second workout, second exercise of the workout. And didn't go maybe as heavy as I typically would because it was a second exercise of the workout, and had fatigued myself a little bit already prior to. So I think I only went up to like 115s, but had already done multiple sets leading up to that were pretty good working sets. So I just starting to notice my stamina starting to hit me a little bit, like where I'll hit a wall a little bit with the strength middle of the workout. But otherwise felt pretty good. After that, we went into like a decline hammer strength machine, and that felt good. I like to do that a little bit later in my workout too. It's a little bit easier on my shoulder because you kind of lock in a motion. But that felt good. I always feel like I get a good stretch and a good contraction with that machine. So that was a good third pressing movement. And then went into like a fly machine and supersetted it with some like, I don't even know what you would call it, dumbbell incline, really close pressed together to work on kind of the inner upper chest, and that was it. That was my workout, and I was pretty well gassed afterwards.
What's your cardio like at this point?
Cardio at this point is pretty minimal. I mean, I've been dieting for, I don't know, over a month, and I've probably only done 4 or 5 20 to 30 minute sessions. So I wouldn't even say I'm doing cardio yet. I've dabbled with it. So I kind of always like to leave something extra. So if things stall out, it's like, okay, now I have cardio to go to. Now I have something else to go to. I never like to start out my diet with pulling all my carbs at 12 weeks out and doing an hour of cardio twice a day. Like, what am I going to do after that, right? Like, if things stall out, what do I go to? I'll do 4 hours of cardio a day. Nah, I'll pass. So.
How do you survive during the COVID? What do you do for training?
Trained at home, man. I got a Smith machine and some free weight barbells. So just survived on doing the basics of some bench and deadlifts and bent over rows and some rack pulls and shrugs and military. Had to get a little bit creative with different things, with one arm rows, with the barbells and things like that. It wasn't ideal, but hey, man, you got to use what you got and make it work and get it done that way. So I got through it and felt like I was getting really good workouts. And to be honest with you, the one thing that I loved was that like today, I didn't have to say, oh, somebody's using the Smith machine, I can't use it, right? It's like I did exactly what I wanted in the order I wanted to do, which I don't know. For the gym that I work out at, with limited space and limited equipment, we've got all the equipment you need, right? But we only have one of everything instead of a plethora like some of these huge gyms. So you got to work around other people, and in my home gym, I didn't have to work around anybody. Just my 3-year-old daughter running around, grabbing my hand while I'm trying to do a squat or something. Oh yeah. She likes working out with Daddy. She likes her attention, no matter what. She made things a little bit difficult sometimes, but it's like you do a set and then I'd have to go and dance with her to a Frozen song for 2 minutes in between sets. Yeah, right. It was like a circuit training. Yeah.
How long ago, what was your diet like off your bud and compared to now? And how long ago did you start prepping for it, like diet-wise and stuff?
I mean, my diet, I kept things pretty in check this whole off season. Like, I've stayed pretty lean. So for me to diet, it's not really like, oh my God, it's this drastic change in my lifestyle. It's just a matter of like not having cheese on my eggs and having a few less yolks and not using a bunch of ketchup, right? Like that's the first step. It's just getting rid of all that stuff. And then once I'm kind of in that routine, okay, now I'll refine it a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's like that wasn't a huge deal, and I don't have a ton of weight to pull off. I mean, I think I told you I got a little over 240. Probably compete down around 220. That's not, in my mind, a ton of weight and that terribly difficult. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I don't think we actually said the show you're doing is North America.
Oh yeah. The plan is, as long as it goes on, doing North Americans in September.
And how far will you be out now?
We're a little over 8 weeks right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're doing all your own diet and training, right?
Yeah. Always have.
Over the years and stuff, but you've been competing for a while, or at least as long as I've known you. You did one or two shows for me. But what's changed with like when you're prepping stuff? Is it compared to like when you first started? Stuff like that?
I mean, a lot has changed. I used to get a lot higher body fat in the off season. Just eating a lot more junk, I guess, so to speak. Just more calories, and not necessarily like good stuff. And I just over the years kind of realized that I probably was not benefiting myself in any way by getting heavier like that. So I've kept things a lot more in check in my off seasons. And as far as like contest diet goes, I've learned that I can eat a lot more carbs while dieting than I used to. In the past, it was like, oh, you can't get shredded and eat carbs. And the last couple shows, I've proven that wrong. And I think, I mean, a lot of people know that.
Have you managed diet that changed for you?
Yeah, I think it's kept size on for me, in fullness. You know, more than anything. For me, I get flat really easily, so I can. It comes off really pretty easy for me. So having those extra calories in the form of carbs, for me, is a benefit.
What's your, like, with a meal, like a typical like calorie and fat intake right now, or carb?
I mean, like for my days right now, I'd have to look exactly, but I think I'm eating about 300 grams of protein, 350 to 400 carbs a day, and I think maybe around 70 or 80 grams of fat. That's like an average day for me right now. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for always having my back. Yeah, I thank my my girlfriend for training with me, always pushing me. My buddy Dwayne, who has had my back. He's just been a good friend of mine. And that's it. That's it.